How's it going, everybody? My name is Jim, and welcome to FSD Driver. Today we are driving on the highway with 12.5.4.1. Now, I don't believe this is a highway stack, or we're not on a single stack until we get to the 12.5.6, which I haven't tested, but I did want to show you that it is getting better. So we're actually coming up on a stoplight that is green in my car. In the old 5 or 12.5.4 version would basically hit its brakes at intersections even on green lights, and it doesn't seem to be doing that on the 12.5.4.1 version. Yes, there's a lot of dots, but if you watch my prior videos, I always put what version in the video, either in the left or the right hand corner, and the car seems to be doing better on this version than the previous version. Now, I don't know what has changed in this version. Tesla typically puts incremental or minor fixes, but they don't put a change log in what is happening. Now, if you go to the 12.5.6 version, I believe that is a single stack version, so it is FSD and the highway together, and that's the version I have not tested, but I hope I can test. This drive, I often take it. You can see it from my other videos. It actually handled it exceptionally well. Although it does do things for me as a driver, and again, this is my own opinion as driving, might do things like getting over in a lane too late or not really recognizing that there is road construction until the last minute, which is coming up here in this drive. I noticed that it kind of just waits to the last minute to do its merge rather than just seeing that there's an obstacle in merging or trying to merge before we get to the end. And this is basically it. This lane is becoming non-existent, and it puts its blinker on and it moves over. But from my perspective, I would have just moved over earlier because that's just how I drive. So it's kind of subjective in a way. I do want to say, though, you'll notice that there's this black car in front of me, and it starts to drive slower, and the car is just kind of aggressive, and it goes around it after a while. It just like, it's sick of going slow, and so this is the point where it's just like, I'm going to go around this guy. And then something amazing happens, and I've never witnessed this before, but my FSD will actually hit its brakes pretty hard to avoid an accident that is coming up. So pay really close attention to the vehicles in front of me here. Somebody actually hits a traffic cone, and then everybody slams on their brakes. So my car is going to move over to the lane that it needs to be in, and then all of a sudden this accident pretty much happens. And you'll notice my speed. This is not me. I'm not slamming on anything. FSD is still engaged, and the car comes to a stop. And what happens is the car 3 cars ahead hit this traffic cone. It made everybody else stop. Now, I know you can't hear this because I don't keep the audio in my files, but everybody's brakes are screeching except mine. So the car behind me was screeching, and I was looking in the rearview mirror, hoping he didn't hit me, and he didn't. He kind of went off to the side a little bit, but it was a phenomenal feeling that if I wasn't looking, that the car would have stopped because it noticed that. And that's why I think FSD does save lives. Like, I think if we get distracted even for a second, that this helps us because this is on 24/7. Is it a perfect system? By no means do I say this is perfect, but they are getting there with every version update, and we can see that even in this 0.1 release, it's already getting better. Yeah, there were things that broke from the 12.3.6, but it seems like they are getting better with every version release. And yes, there are those minor bugs. But the car seems to be driving more like an actual person, and it's a great safety feature to have.